What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm the TMax. I vlog about culture, language, and travel, and I am traveling right now in Italy. If you saw the video I did about a week ago about my amazing adventure getting from the US to Italy, if you haven't checked it out, see it now, relive that with me, send me your sympathy, send some comments, make me feel better. No, I'm just kidding. So far, I'm having a great time. I'm not doing a lot of traveling yet because I'm just spending some time with family who's also visiting. So we're just out here spending time together, doing some local stuff. And because I'm in Italy, I'm trying to learn some Italian. So I mentioned in a video a while ago about maintaining languages as a polyglot, and that I didn't think Duolingo or apps similar to that were good for maintaining languages because they're too beginner. Well, my Italian is beginner, so this Duolingo is perfect for my Italian. So I'm using Duolingo. It forces me to practice, if nothing else. I'm being exposed to the language, I'm getting something. The problem I have with it is I just don't know when I'm gonna be able to insert into a conversation. La formica è nel zucchero, or I cavalli da Roma sono I nostri. When am I going to use these expressions? I feel like the expressions are too random and not so useful. So I'm looking into apps like Memrise and Babbel. I haven't quite got too far into them, so I can't critique them yet. I'll come back with a video later just kind of explaining how I feel about those apps. But of course, I'm learning in Duolingo. I can't say I'm not learning. And just learning the Italian language, like every other language I've learned, there's lots of fun, interesting things that are weird and strange to me that I've picked out. Anybody learning a foreign language will come across what are called false friends or false cognates, and these are just words that look or sound like a word in your language but have a completely different meaning. And just doing Duolingo for the last month or so, I've come across a few of these that I just thought were funny. I was like, oh, I definitely know that word, and I was wrong. So the first word was rumore. Rumore. And I was like, oh, okay, rumore, like rumor. So maybe, rumor, gossip, something like that. And if you play with it enough, it does still work. It actually means noise, and gossip and rumors are just that anyway. They're just noise, right? So that one kind of works. Data. So if somebody asks you what's la data, and I'm thinking, oh, what's the data on this project? But you take off the A, and it's what's the date? And so again, kind of close. It didn't throw me for too far of a loop. I wasn't too upset by that one. But now this is where they start kicking in. And you're like, okay, hold up. Pasto. Okay, so not pasta, like noodles and all that. So that's what I was thinking, pasta. What could be the masculine form of pasta? And I was like, pasta's food, so what could pasto be? I couldn't think of anything. It's meal. So il pasto is the meal. La pasta is the pasta. So la pasta can be il pasto. Okay, this one really threw me off because the sentence was like, I'm running from il ape. And it's spelled APE, and I'm like, oh, so I'm running from the ape, from the gorilla, from the monkey. Something simian related. Is simian right? I don't know. Google that for me and put it in the comments. What's the Latin term for monkeys? So yeah, it has nothing to do with monkeys. Ape is actually a bee. Monkey is scimmia. I haven't learned ape or gorilla or anything yet. Cancello. Okay, so now I know it's a noun because it has the eel, but when you're just reading it and you see cancello, you're like, oh, does this have something to do with canceling? Like the cancellation maybe, or even maybe a concert, or it's a cello in a can. I don't know. No, it means the gate. Yeah. I mobili. So this is a plural because it has the I at the end, and it's plural masculine, as I've learned. So I'm thinking something mobile. I was like, yeah, phone maybe. I mobili would be phones, or something that moves, something mobile. And it's not at all. It's furniture. I guess furniture moves, but not by itself. But then if I think hard enough about it, in French it's meuble, so I see the connection. Controllare. So this is a verb, infinitive verb, so I'm thinking to control, controllare. And not quite. It actually means to check. To control, I didn't even look it up before I did this video, so leave me a comment below. How do you say to control in Italian? And if you're an Italian speaker, yeah, give me a sentence, that'd be great so I can use it. Grazie. Demintichare. So if you just look at this word, it's a verb also, and it just kind of looks like demented. So I was thinking, oh man, this has to be like mean, or, do something evil, or it actually means to forget. But if you think about it, dementia in English is a disease where you're losing your memory. So yeah, it comes from the Latin. Like when you make the connections in your brain, you're like, I get it. But at first you're like, oh, that's not what I thought it was going to be. La fattoria. So if you say, oh, my family has una fattoria, I'm like, oh, you guys have a factory. Or maybe a workshop or something where you're building something, because it sounds like factory. And it's not, it's a farm. So I guess you could be growing things. I guess that counts as a factory, but that's definitely misleading. Estate. So when you hear it, you're probably not getting any false cognate, but if you just read this word, it looks like estate. So I'm like, oh, it has to do with, a house or something to do with maybe land, and it's summer. It has nothing to do with anything that I was even remotely close. And there's no connection with any of the other languages for this one, so. Adesso è l'estate. Now it's summer. Camera. Okay, so yeah, even when you hear this one, you read it, it's spelled like camera. So you're like, this has to do with something camera related, or optical, or anything, eyeball, something, right? No. It's a room. Una camera is a room. It could be a bedroom, it could be a living room. All rooms are cameras. Diversa. This sounds like diverse. Like, oh, this diverse, diversity, something like that. And this one's actually not so far off. It's different. So something that's different is diversa. So we have different flavors. Diversi gusti. That could be wrong. Double check Google or an Italian friend. There's a different word for diverse, I'm sure. So that's just kind of what I've been learning so far. I just wanted to share with you all this polyglot who's trying to learn a new language and how it's going for him, and just fun things like that. And if you are learning multiple languages, or you speak some languages and you're learning a new one, what are some challenges that you're having? What apps are you using? Are you using Duolingo? Is it working for you? Have you tried Memrise or Babbel? Do you recommend that I continue going forward with those? Obviously, I'm a YouTuber, so YouTube is another source of good material for learning. Again, you just have to sit there. I feel with the app, it's a little bit easier. You can kind of be more interactive. But yeah, if you have suggestions for ways for me to help my Italian, or if you have Italian friends who live, around the Venice area, please tell them to reach out to me and reach out to my channel, and maybe we can hang out and I can learn some Italian that way. And remember to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.